Setting sail for laughter, join us on a whimsical journey down the river where every ripple brings a smile and every wave carries a chuckle. Meet Tim, the sailor who loved his boat more than anything else in the world. Tim's boat wasn't just any boat, it was his pride and joy, his floating sanctuary. It was red and shiny, gleaming under the sun like a ruby on the water. Tim had spent countless hours polishing it to perfection. He named it the Chuckler, a name that always brought a grin to his face. The Chuckler was more than just a boat, it was a vessel of joy and laughter. Today, Tim was on a river adventure, ready to explore the winding waterways and discover new sights. The river was calm and the day promised excitement. This will be relaxing, he chuckled to himself. The sun was warm, casting a golden glow on the water. The birds were singing melodious tunes, adding to the serene atmosphere. Tim took a bite of his banana, savoring the sweet taste. Suddenly, a fish jumped out of the water and snatched his banana right from his hand. "Hey!" shouted Tim, but he couldn't help but laugh. That fish was cheeky, and it added a dash of unexpected fun to his day. Tim knew that with the Chuckler, every adventure was filled with laughter and joy. The river was playful, it twisted and turned, creating a mesmerizing dance of water. The currents were lively, almost as if they had a mind of their own, inviting anyone who dared to navigate its whimsical path. Tim steered the boat carefully, his hands gripping the oars with determination. He had been on this river many times before, but today it seemed particularly spirited. The water splashed against the sides of the boat, creating a symphony of sounds that echoed through the valley. He went under a bridge, the cool shade providing a brief respite from the sun. The stone arches loomed overhead, covered in moss and vines, whispering tales of the past to those who listened closely. A family was having a picnic nearby, their laughter and chatter blending with the sounds of the river. Children ran around, their joy infectious, while the adults relaxed on a blanket, enjoying the serene environment. "Nice day for a sail!" they shouted, their voices carrying over the water. The warmth of their greetings added to the cheerful atmosphere of the day. "You too!" Tim called back, waving enthusiastically. He felt a sense of camaraderie with the strangers, united by the simple pleasure of being out on the water. But the river had other plans. The currents began to grow stronger, the playful ripples turning into more forceful waves. It was as if the river was testing Tim, challenging his skills and resolve. It pushed the boat sideways. Tim bumped the bridge. The sudden jolt took him by surprise, and he struggled to regain control of the boat. The impact echoed through the air, startling everyone nearby. The people at the picnic jumped up in surprise. One dropped their sandwich. The scene was almost comical, with everyone momentarily frozen in shock before bursting into laughter. Tim felt a bit bad, but mostly he just laughed. What a silly river. He couldn't help but appreciate the unpredictable nature of the river, knowing that it was all part of the adventure. Tim saw a sign by the river. It said River Bend, 100 yards ahead. Tim needed to turn left. He grabbed the boat's wheel, but the wheel came off in his hand. "Oh dear," said Tim, surprised. The boat kept going straight. The sign got closer and closer. The boat went past the turn. Oh no. Now Tim was on a different part of the river, lost. "Well, this is unexpected," he said, grinning widely. The river got narrower, winding through the dense forest like a serpent. The air was thick with the scent of pine and damp earth. The trees were thick on either side, their branches forming a canopy overhead. Tim heard a siren. "Oh, crikey," he muttered, his heart pounding in his chest. A police boat came zooming towards him, its lights flashing and siren blaring. The water churned beneath its hull, sending waves crashing against the riverbanks. "Sir, you're speeding!" shouted a police officer, his voice barely audible over the noise of the engine and the rushing water. "But my wheel—" Tim stammered, holding it up for the officer to see. His hands trembled as he tried to explain. The police officers looked at each other, their expressions a mix of confusion and amusement. They seemed to be deciding what to do next. One of them started to laugh, breaking the tension. All right," he said, waving his hand dismissively. "Just be careful next time." Tim sighed with relief, his shoulders relaxing. That was close, he thought to himself, grateful for the officer's understanding. The river opened up. Tim saw something amazing. A whale! It was swimming in the river. "Well, blow me down!" exclaimed Tim. The whale spouted water playfully. Tim laughed and laughed. The whale swam alongside his boat for a bit, then it dived down and disappeared. Tim steered the chuckler towards home. "Best river trip ever," he said, smiling. "Please like and subscribe for more adventures and comment with your river adventures."